before this committee now is the very an important issue. It would affect the predicament of thousands of commuters right now. The issue at hand now is to whether to allow motorcycle taxis to fly and operate the streets of Metro Manila, considering that we are losing at least 2 billion a day in lost opportunities, and we are tremendously suffering on a daily basis, and this could not happen anymore. We have to be creative, we have to be assertive on this, and one of the interventions because of the digital age, in the same manner that Uber and Grab has dawned upon this upon our era, is a motorcycle taxis using the app. However, they were able to operate, Congressman, they were able to operate at least 6 months. And unfortunately, the OTR, the office mandated to provide mass transportation system, petitioned the Supreme Court to disallow them. And unfortunately also, the Supreme Court issued an injunction. So they are on appeal now, but while we are on appeal, the mandate of this committee is to provide them with efficient service. We should push forward the interests and welfare of the suffering public. So that is why there is a law for RA 4136 that disallow private vehicles to fly to be a public conveyance. However, in the recent administration, despite that there was a law, they have issued a department order that allowed and legalized Grab and Uber to fly the route of Metro Manila. So this has happened also now in Angkas. If they were recipient of department order granting them permit to operate, so there is no legal obstacle also to grant a permit to operate on motorcycle taxis. There were several hearings, conducted, and the last hearing is to create a technical working group. And in 2 weeks, that technical working group will now report to this committee. So hindi lang Kongreso, I think Senate also through Senator Po also convened the HER committee to discuss this issue. So the OTR. Okay, prior to that, the Congress is represented by high-powered and high-caliber representatives, especially my seatmate here, Congressman Pagatsing, Crisel. No, parapakan natin si Crisel. Cristal. A deified representative, but he has a lot of promise already. He has so tremendous diligence in approving several of her pet bills. Of course, who would not know, anak Pablo is representative of the Makabayan Group, Congressman Ariel Casilang. Of course, on my left is always on TV, always quoted, no? Congressman Tevez of Negros. Taga Negros, pero mahal na mahal po niya ang Metro Manila sapagkat napakarami niyang mga scholars dito. Okay? May we request everyone to introduce themselves and the office that they represent. Sir, we start with motorcycle taxi. Angkas, sir, yours.
Sir, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Congressman. I'm George Villacampo from Angkas. David Miglana from Angkas.
Jobert Bolaños from Motorcycle Rights Organization and Riders of the Philippines.
Robert Merino po ng BMRA and Riders of the Philippines.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. My name is Jason Salvador. I'm from the NGO called Leader, Legal Engagement and Politic Development and Reform.
So, consumer group?
Advocacy group, yes, sir.
Okay. Ma'am?
I'm Pamela Binarbasha from LPO NCR.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I'm Roberto Palera from LPO.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I'm Carla Rosan ng Belmonte from IAP, DOTR.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Director Francis Almora, FTO Law Enforcement Service.
MMDA?
Chairman and members of the committee, Attorney Samuel Hardy, Executive Director of the
LTFRD.
Mark Leon, DOTR po.
Okay, Secretary Mark, congratulations for your new appointment. Okay, can you tell now the country whether we will continue the suffering of the commuters or you have a good news for us?
As discussed during the past hearing here in Committee on Metro Manila Development, the OTR formed a technical working group, and indeed we have met 2 times already. During the first meeting, there were discussions on key aspects of regulations. So there were issues discussed such as specifications of the motorcycles. For example, should it be 100 to 200 cc or we allow big bikes? So there were long discussions on specifications, what would be the speed of the motorcycle taxis, ano pong kalsada ang mga dadaanan. So there are a lot of discussions, the direction of which is to have an IRR for the law that will be passed by Congress. So ina-anticipate na ng DOTR. So kapag pumasa man yung law, andyan na agad, ready na agad yung ating IRR. And the next meeting, the second meeting, was held somewhere January 3rd week yan. Angkas presented their motorcycle taxi regulations and training protocols. So tinignan, HPG was there, LTO was there, MMDA was there. So tinignan kung ano pa yung mga kulang dun sa mga kanilang mga training modules. So may mga nakita lang na kailangan lang i-refine para maging standard ang ating training modules, not only for Angkas but for motorcycle taxis in general. So yun yung aspect na diniscuss during the second workshop, second technical working group meeting. Now we're already planning for the third technical working group meeting to finalize yung aming draft IRR and including yung proposal of Committee on Metro Manila Development to have a pilot. So ando na tayo sa stage na yon. What will be discussed in this third technical working group meeting? What will be the parameters of that pilot? Ano yung general geographic coverage area ng pilot? Hanggang kailan yung pilot? May singilan ba during the pilot? May insurance na ba during the pilot? So yun yung mga questions na pag-uusapan namin during the third meeting, and admittedly yung third meeting din, yung finalize namin yung IRR, medyo kailangan lang i-refine yung mga clauses dun sa IRR. Siguro it will take one or at least 1 or 2 days to finalize that IRR, which we will submit to Secretary Tugade for possible approval and adoption.
Yes, Mark. So are you saying that the pilot test is okay already with the DOTR since you're already considering it?
It will be submitted to Secretary Tugade for his approval, and we will be recommending. What's important there is kapag may pilot nga, ma-define natin is the draft regulations really safety yung tinitingnan ng motorcycle riders and yung mga commuters natin. So it can help define yung regulations and test whatever regulations we are putting in the draft IRR.
Ano pong lead time ninyo or how long do you anticipate doing this? Kasi ang dami, pag bumababa ako ng barangay, ang dami nagtatanong sa akin, ano nang balita sa motorcycle taxi, nahihirapan na daw sila sa kabuhayan nila, ano daw ang pwedeng gawin, gano'n daw kabilis, pwede ba daw bilisan. Wala po akong may sagot sa kanila. Lifeline, help.
Sa ngayon po yung DOTR, nakadalawang meetings na nga po, and we are already scheduling the third technical working group meeting. Marami lang po talagang kailangan i-define ng na regulations na hindi pwedeng i-miss out. So we're looking at fast-tracking nga itong third meeting para ma-finalize itong draft regulations subject to approval of course of our bosses.
Yung third meeting nyo, I mean, the paper na hawak mo ngayon, do we have a copy of that? Not yet.
Not yet, not yet.
Okay. And then yung meeting nyo with the Secretary Tugade regarding the pilot test, I'm very interested kasi is it possible that we join or is it just an internal thing?
Actually, ma'am, the technical working group includes members of the Committee on Metro Manila and even do sa counterpart natin sa Senate, may mga members po ng technical working group. So, very prospective na yung technical working group. We're already including yung legislative side.
When you say the technical working group, that already includes the pilot test.
Yeah, that will be discussed, yes, ma'am.
What can I do to help you expedite it? Should I call Secretary Tugade?
It's already being done, ma'am. In fact, later we will discuss it.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Teves, you recognize.
Mr. Chairman, I think in our previous meeting, there were timelines set, like 2 weeks, several timelines. How are we with our timelines? Are we on time or we're a little bit delayed? We advanced? With regards to, there were promises of meetings to be set, to be done by this time.
Sir, I think we are still on track. We're also discussing, this bill is also being discussed in the Senate, and I think on track tayo na kapag mapasama niya itong bill na to sa Senado, nakasalang na yung IRR natin.
You know, on that note, I think it's almost impossible to pass the bill. Why? We're already in recess. And by the time we get back, we will be working I think, 15, less than a month's time. So baka hindi na mahabol yung bill. Kung meron na nga kayong IRR, parang it's good as approved on your end. No? I mean, you're amenable to it because you already made an IRR. Baka pwede nyo pag-usapan sa DOTR, baka pwedeng department order na muna. Because if you wait for the bill, you will have to wait for the next Congress, file it, refile it, matatagalan tayo masyado. And para sa akin, it will also be a good thing to roll it out. So that, ngayon pa lang, makita na natin yung kung dapat ba ituloy yung bill o hindi. Because by rolling it out, if there will be more harm than good, then no use filing the bill. Kaysa naging batas na yan, sabay hindi pa na maganda, mas lalo tayong mamumblema. That's just my position on the matter. So, request lang po, sana makapag-usapan nyo sa DOTR, I mean, within your department, and if we can ask just for a department order to be able to roll it out, kahit kung ayaw nyo nationwide, kahit Metro Manila lang muna, subukan natin. Yun lang, wag na muna yung Cebu, wag din iba, isa lang muna, para lang masimulan, and let's work from there. And if masama yung iba, mas maganda. Thank you,
Mr. Chair, I just have one question. Does Secretary Tugade seem amenable to the department order?
In our previous discussions po, he is saying that there are limitations when it comes to legal. Wala pang batas allowing Angkas and motorcycle taxis. Kaya nga po may mga draft bills ngayon sa Congress and Senate. And number 2 is the judicial problem. Merong existing TRO sa Supreme Court. So what will be the impact of this Supreme Court TRO if we propose a department order? So those are two questions. And the third question, this is already being addressed, is the regulation. So inaayos na po natin yung regulations.
Because it's just a pilot test, Mr. Chair. So baka naman pwedeng hindi naman natin siya ginagawang department order for everyone, but we're just going to zone in a particular area, let's say Metro Manila or Metro Cebu, something like that. Diba? So, what can we do para matulungan namin kayo na i-push na ninyo? Kasi nakakaawa na po talaga pag kayo bumaba sa mga barangay, I kid you not, I shake hands with so many people and they always say, ma'am, ano na pong nangyayari sa motorcycle taxi? Kasi doon po kami umaasa ng kabuhayan namin. So, whatever you need, just let us know because I think my colleagues here will also be more than happy to help you push kung kailangan namin lahat tawagan si Secretary Togani para dun sa department order para sa test pilot. I don't think anybody of us will have a problem with that.
Okay, it really amazes me, no? It really amazes me. While an office who is supposed to provide mass transportation systems, kayo pa ho nagpapahirap. The way I read it, Yusek De Leon, that a law is necessary to have it rolled out. You have to be frank on this one so that we also know what to do. Because that I cannot understand. Because number one, no, Congress has already approved a bill. So, Senate na lang will ano. Number two, meron ng presidente. You did it on Grab and Uber. The same naman yun. We are citing RA 4136. It is implied in the provision there that no private vehicles, no cars and motorcycles are allowed without public conveyance. And yet, you issued a department order. So, pwede na. May president na. Third is, you have argued that it is not safe. It is not safe. HPG mismo nagsasabi ho, no, there is zero accident during the time of during the 6-month operation of Angkas. Wala pong aksidente, in other words. Well, in the issue of insurance, they have done their part. No, they have self-regulated. They have sufficient training sa mga drivers ho nila, and they have also issued insurance doon po sa mga drivers at the same time sa mga pasahero. And practically, it is very effective. You would not deny that. You would not deny that it's very effective. So I hope you would see the light. Kailan pa ho magsasakripisyo ang taong bayan? There is an opportunity to relieve them of so much suffering on a daily basis, losing tremendous money, losing the love and comfort of their families, and yet ayaw yung gawin. When court, judicial, we could do this without prejudice dun po sa existing petition ninyo. Nagtataka ako, it's either you could withdraw that petition. You withdraw that position, then we roll it out. So wala nang issue. Who are you protecting ba? I think you as a government should protect first the general public. We should be sensitive on their plight.
Mr. Chair, I think also in line with what you just said, I also found out that they can still access the motorcycle taxi in a legal way, like via Facebook. I think that's even more difficult because we're kind of enabling them to go underground. So instead of that's why we're giving you all the avenues like the pilot test. Kasi kung kayo nga nakapayag kayong pumasok ang Grab, bakit di naman kayo papayag dito? Yung Grab ba dahil ang mga commuters doon mas social kaysa sa ang mga sumasakay ng motorcycle na dahil it's, di ba dapat hindi kayo namimili eh. Yun lang naman yung 2 cents ko. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, may I say something?
Okay, Barbie?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Actually, we understand the situation of the Republic and we sympathize with the positional views of the committee. But as they say in law, dura lex sed lex, meaning the law is harsh, but it is the law.
But sir, forgive me if I have to interrupt you, no?
Yes, sir.
You could also say the same to Grab and Uber, but you did not consider that and allowed it by issuing a department order. The same situation, sir. Kasama po yan sa RA 4136, disallowed ang private vehicles, cars and motorcycles, and yet you issued a department order that allowed operation of Grab and Uber. Bakit hindi po pwede dito yung mga motorsiklo? Pareho na naman covered ang batas.
My
Kung may
concern,
pending,
my concern is that,
i-withdraw nyo.
yes, sir,
In the rest of the general public.
Mr. Chairman, my
We cannot be technical about this one. We should be sensitive on the plight of the people. Kaya nga meron akong bill right now eh. Siguro pagka na-approve yan, o bakit hindi kayo mag-voluntary? No? You ride a bus, you ride a railway, a subway, and experience by yourself the tremendous hardship that people has been undergoing on a daily basis. Siguro that's the time that you can realize how difficult life would be and how that difficult life would be relieved and eased if you will only be sensitive on the plight of these people. Pero wala eh. You turn your back. Okay.
So you classify the TNBS as a private vehicle. That's why, but actually the TNBS, which actually uses sedan or SUV, are considered modes of public land transportation. That's why the problem is we are legally bound by that Section 7, which says that private motorcycles are not a mode of public land transportation. But we're not against motorcycles being used as a public transport, but the law binds us. So if there's a congressional act, for example, that allows it, I think there will be no problem, Mr. Chairman.
We did our assignment. We have to fast track it. No? We did our assignment. We fast track the approval of the bill. Pero of course we are just human, no? And there's a legislative procedure. It has to be passed also in the Senate. It has to be submitted sa BICAM. The signature of the President should be affixed. But during all these times, meron na kayo IRR eh. Sabi mo eh, in other words, meron na kayong perceived notion of approval. Congressman.
Mr. Chairman, yun, ganito na lang, no? Di ba yung mga tricycle, their motorcycles, iba yung plaka nila, parang yellow ba or something, they're registered differently. Kung tulungan na lang natin na i-register natin yung motor na gano'n, hindi ba pwede? Because sa totoo lang, mas delikado pa yung tricycle kaysa ano eh. I'm also a motorcycle rider, no? Mas delikado pa yung tricycle kaysa sa motor because of course, di naman gawa sa Japan no, sa ano yung, di ba, yung walang it has no proper geometry. It doesn't even have brakes on the third wheel. I tried driving a tricycle. It's not as easy as a motor. Pero, ganito na lang, no, I'd like to appeal to LTF. Pag ano lang, hindi naman kami pwede mag-order. Pag-isipan lang natin, no, parang i-brainstorm lang kung baka kaya na, kung yung rehis, parang hindi naman kayo maipit. Ayoko naman maipit din yung, not only that, if there are legal impediments, Mr. Chairman, if we let them fly the routes like tricycles, bali yung register nila parang tricycle pero single na motor. Baka pwede, baka lang. Pagkausapin natin yung ano, yung baka wala nakaisip kasi na.
Actually, we're open to that, Mr. Chairman. But again, the tricycle is not within our jurisdiction, and secondly, the tricycle is actually LGU limited. Unlike the motorcycle being used now, they travel from, let us say, Quezon City to Makati.
Mr. Chairman, sa amin sa probinsya, merong mga tricycle na ano, inter-town. Kung hindi under ng LTFRBD, at least hindi na sila maiipit kung pinayagan ng DOTR, no? O hindi na natin sila kailangan di ba, we don't have to bother them anymore. At DOTR, kung baka pwede, gano'n na lang na sistema. Bali, like a tricycle, registered like a tricycle, but it's a single motorcycle. And they can do inter-town routes because in the provinces, gano'n eh. Sa amin, di ba, pwede ka pumunta sa isang bayan, tricycle lang. Bakit? Dito, hindi. Pag-discuss na lang. Sabay kung isang ahensya lang, hindi nakasama yung LTFR, hindi mas madali. Then kung maraming ahensya, madami pang mag-a-approve.
Kaya na, sorry sir, going back to Section 7, it defines as it classifies motor vehicles by the number of wheels. Yun ang dilemma, kasi yung motorcycle is a two-wheel motor vehicle, while a tricycle is actually 4, di ba?
3 lang.
Yung iba, tumagin for example, meron talagang side, alaki, di ba? But yung mas kaganda ko sa Motorella, one motorcycle with a body at the back of the motorcycles is 4-wheel. And then there's Indian design also 3 wheels then, with a small wheel, labeled Baha something. But we actually open to it. What I'm saying is that if Congress, for example, tell us that this is the law, we'll implement the law. That's why I'm saying we're illegal. We're not against anybody.
Yeah.
We're not against, but our hands are tied. That's why.
Mr. Chair, may good news. Kaya nga nag-suggest ako nun para makatulong din sa LTFRB na walang maipit, no? Baka tingnan na lang natin yung batas, baka pwede. Di ba? Baka pwede. If I may share something, when there was a time na kinuhuli yung helmet sa motor, there was one counselor friend of mine in Dumaguete, nilagyan niya trainer wheels yung motor niya para ma-consider na four-wheel. No? Just trying to show you how people can circumvent the law. Nilagyan niya talaga ng trainer wheels, no joke.
Bend but not break, sir. Bend but not break.
For the good, not bend it for the on the negative side, for the public.
Congressman Casino, then George, then we wrap this up.
Mr. Chairman, while our colleagues from the executive department are insisting on legalities, in fact, one of the remedy, I think, and I believe, is very plain and simple and very yung pangmasa lang ba na if i-atras nila yung current case ngayon sa Supreme Court, one of the legal impediments will be addressed. What will it take for the petitioners to back down, to withdraw? Beyond the legal debates, beyond the letters of the law, there is the human side of us that can be invoked. Hindi naman, kaya nga, we are very limited. Ang gawain namin talagang tali din sa kamay. Binilisan man namin yung version namin sa House, but we are a bicameral operation. Atay natin yung setting. No? Hindi naman imposible dahil pagbalik namin sa May 20, there are about 9 session days pa before we take our break sa June. Baka kaya pa yan eh. No? Pero ito lang yung kaya namin gawin sa legislative. The executive, sa tingin ko marami siyang pwedeng gawin eh. Kung sa usapin ng current ngayon na kaso sa Supreme Court, alam naman natin yung mga abogado dito, kapag umatras yung petitioner o yung complainant, sasabihin lang naman ng korte, wala na po yung interest ng complainant o petitioner, then the case is dismissible na. Ganun naman eh, di ba? Pwede niyang gawin yun, isang rota yun. Yung sinasabi kanina ng aking kasamahan din, Congressman Teves at si Congresswoman Cristal, pwede nating i-bend, hindi man i-break, to remedy in a very tactical and very short term muna. Dahil ang nagkakaintindihan naman siguro tayo lahat na ang long-term solution nito, there must be a law. The Section 7 should be amended. And if there is a law allowing motorcycle taxi now, wala nang question ng legality. No? For the moment na wala pa nga yan, meron tayong magagawa doon sa current Supreme Court petition natin. Meron din tayong magagawa doon sa executive power natin, being an executive agency, to implement something that does not break the law. But because there is a gray area that we can, forgive my terminology, we can exploit for the betterment of the public, then I believe it's acceptable. It's acceptable. Sa tingin ko naman, wala tayong mapaviolate na administrative or whatever accountability on that, because there is a gray area, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you very much, Congressman Casilo. George first, then we wrap up this meeting.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. Sir, we just wish to tell the committee that we're very happy naman po with the ongoing DWG. DOTR has been very helpful, and also the other agencies like LTFRB in really developing the regulatory framework. Now we submit po na since Angkas has already existing model and it's working, we really submit po that we can use Angkas as a test case to see if these regulations are really working for the common good and the riding public. So yun po, hopefully po yung pangatlong DWG we're able to finalize po. And I think naman po the department is open to using po Angkas po as a pilot program on a limited scope. Yun lang po, maraming salamat, Chairman.
Thank you very much. So I think there are still points to explore. There will be a third technical working group. I hope you would re-echo the sentiments of the members of Congress here. It's good that the representative of the Speaker is your Secretary Percy Chavez. I think we need your intervention here. If the Speaker is very considerate on the plight of the people, if it is possible that we invite Secretary Togade in Congress, so that we will be able to express our sentiments better. The invitation is addressed to him, but for reasons we still do not know, he has not yet attended this committee meeting. Only Mark, Secretary Mark, has been present here. So Secretary Mark, I hope you would be able to convince the Secretary, kahit pilot, kahit hindi na department order, kahit pilot na, para masundan lang yung cleanup na what's that? IRR. Pwede na po yan. Or Secretary Chavez, if we able to invite the Speaker. Can we get the commitment there under the mic, Secretary Chavez? Yeah.
Noted, Mr. Chair, I will relay your motion.
This is in behalf of at least 4 million motorcycle drivers. Ilan yan?
14.
Yan, Secretary Chavez, 14 million na mga tricycle owners here, and most of which avail of this mode of transportation. It would help them, no? The motorcycle owners at the same time relieve the general public of the tremendous suffering that they have been experiencing through the years.
Mr. Chair, sorry. Just to reiterate, so Secretary Tugade is amenable to the pilot test. Yes? Pwede po? May chance?
The Secretary Tugade, during one of our meetings with Angkas,
Just the pilot?
yeah, told us that the pilot is part of the output of the technical work.
Okay. Kasi at least para lang mapag-aralan natin, we can figure out kung anong magiging diskarte once na magkaroon na rin ng amendment sa batas. So yun lang po, maraming salamat sa inyo lahat.
So to Attorney Hardy, may you just cite the information that you have mentioned. Hindi lamang po kasi motorcycle ang bawal. Ang bawal din po yung private vehicles, private passenger automobiles, B, private trucks, and C, private motorcycles. So inclusive po doon, hindi lang yung motorsiklo, pati po yung mga kasaher, pati po ang mga sasakyan. And yet, meron mo kayo department order. So, kasama po yan. So kung nagawa niyo po sa mga private automobiles, we could be more creative and sensitive here and also allow yung mga motorcycles in the same manner that you have allowed. Very clear po yan. Okay? Congressman Bravo, thank you very much. You're here.
Sir, Mr. Chairman, with your kind indulgence, actually the DNV sedan SUV affiliated with the DNCs are actually classified as for hire already. That's why they're required to get a CPC from the department.
They cannot be for hire because they bought this as a private. Then you just converted it because of that department order. Pero hindi po ito ordinary taxi na nagpa-credit ka muna o meron ba recognition of sale that you would purposely use that for taxi.
So
yun po yan.
okay
yan for public conveyance.
You pay also a fare because the test really of whether a
Pero if you would be strict about it, inclusive po yan dun sa section 7.
But again, we're
Because
open
that's a primary
to the interpretation.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, before we adjourn, may problema pa rin yung angkas, Mr. Chairman.
What is it?
Ang aga dumating niya kanina, masyadong mabilis na papaaga sa meeting. Ang aga dumating ni Mr. Angkas kanina dito. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Duly seconded, this committee meeting is adjourned.